Pay attention, do not fade this cycle's new meta or you're gonna miss the biggest pumps of the year. Right now, while most traders are still watching BTC chop, the BONK meta is exploding. BONK's Launchpad and 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗔𝗔𝗡𝗏, which is a very famous trader, they're engines behind Solana's biggest gainers, okay? And I'm gonna explain everything in this video. So today I'm gonna break down 7 insanely bullish charts that are pumping and they're defining the new rules of this new meme season meta. I'm gonna show you hidden gems and breakout leaders as well. And this is gonna be a roadmap to the next wave of 100x plays. You're gonna want to see my secret chart. It could be the next Shiba Inu. So do me a favor, press that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Let's get on to it. No time to waste today. It's gonna be a very busy week. Before we get to the charts, let's understand what's happening right now in the trenches so that we can make money this week and the next. The most important thing, all the daily graduates, as you can see, Let's BONK, flipped, pump fun, and Launchpad is there at number 3. But this is very important. You have to understand why are things pumping. And currently the main meta is anything BONK. So if you want to make any money in this market, you have to understand what are these BONK coins, where are they launched, and how can I buy them before everyone realizes that the main meta is anything coming out from the BONK Launchpad, which is a competitor to pump.fun. You have to go on BONK.fun. This is the website. By the way, this is not sponsored. This is all just free information for everyone. And this is pump.fun's main competitor. And then I'm going to chart you the most important plays, and one of which we have been doing incredibly well. And the reason why is because it's part of the Let's BONK Launchpad meta. So let's start with Hoso. Hoso, look, I kind of took some profits, even though I don't want to, and I want to take at 100 million market cap because this is where you have the 1.6 fib line extension. Usually the 1.6 line fib extension gets hit more often than not, but I mean, we went almost like 80 million market cap. So I took some profits, okay? I took barely half of my money here on Hoso, just a little bit more than half, because I did a mistake on Kitty, which I'll explain later, but I don't want that mistake to happen again, where I just round tripped a lot of money on Kitty. On this one, I'm doing already very well. I'm very excited, and I don't want to just be led by FOMO and greed. I want to be rational here, even though I think Hoso has a ton of potential, because it's just going to probably follow useless. I think the logical, obvious thing to do was to shift just some profits here. I mean, come on, we're up so much from the bottom, like, we're up a ton. Anyways, I think Hoso is gonna just slightly correct. It broke resistance, which was the previous all-time high. Once it broke resistance, I was like, okay, let me just shave some off. I think it's gonna keep climbing up, maybe find some resistance around these levels, maybe even dip again to 53 million market cap, which, by the way, if you're watching and you haven't entered Hoso, you better pray that it comes back to this level. It does something like this and then continues. I would honestly, if I have none, I would grab it as 0.7 fib line extension, which is right around 52, 53, maybe even 50 million market cap. Okay, you want to scalp this, but I think it's gonna come here and then continue to 100 mil. I've already taken my profits. Whatever happens, I'm gonna win, and I think you guys should have shaved some profits off just a little bit. But if you want to risk a little bit more and sell everything at 100 and basically like almost pull a 10x here, amazing. Okay, good liquidity, good meme. I think it's gonna continue. I'm still very bullish on it, but don't forget, we've already taken profits. We were buying here, we were buying here, okay? Because I think a lot of the people don't understand many of the charts I was talking last week. It was the same situation. We were buying at like 2-3 million, and then we sold stuff like House, for example, and I just left a moon bag there, so I don't really care because I've already taken profits. Anyways, on to the next. We have Launchcoin. Launchcoin seems to be waking up, okay? These other launchpads that are trying to compete with BONK and pump fun, BONK right now is the winner. They're not really being able to compete. I felt Launchcoin could do what BONK right now is doing with Useless, with Hoso, with many others, and a secret gem that I'm going to show you next. But they're kind of failing, to be completely honest. So I would stay away from the ICM meta until we see Launchcoin at least regain 250, because that would signal to all the other ICMs, look, there may be a rebound pump on these meme coins, because the ICM meta is just memes. The difference is BONK and pump.fun are like real memes, so they're always going to be better because no one's trying to pretend there's any tech here, because there's no technology on Launchcoin or any other crap they launch. But yeah, I need to see a regain of 250 to be bullish again on Launchcoin stuff. On to the next, we have the secret gem. Remember 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗏? Remember I told you guys last week, I was like, 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗏 pumped also from BONK fun. It pumped, and I thought, you know, this is actually a pretty good meme. Let me explain the lore. But I said I need an entry, and then I drew the entry lines, which were 420k. Completely forgot about it, but I saw some people in the comments on last week's show on Friday, and they were saying, what about 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗏? And I was like, oh yeah, what about 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗏? I remember it was a BONK meta coin. Let me go back and check. I went and it was tilting upwards, and I thought, okay, this is actually pretty bullish. Like, it almost kind of died, and then it revived, and it's finding some resistance here right at 200k. I scooped some here at 170, and I'm bullish 𝗍𝗫𝗧𝗏. I think it's a great meme. Let me explain why. Website is great, blah blah blah, very cute dog. But here's the thing, why it's actually bullish. It's the lore. So this meme came out from TikTok, and it's very similar to Doge, and it's very similar to Shiba Inu. Look at the first comment, baby Doge. There's a lot of people here saying that is very similar to Baby Doge. There's a lot of people in crypto saying this is the same lore as Shiba Inu. This organic video got almost 10 million views, and the first comment is people saying is similar to Doge. So is actually Shiba Inu, is the same race from Doge, same race from Shiba Inu, from Flocky. If you look at all the main memes in crypto, if you look at even, I think BONK is also a SHIB. All these dog coins are always the best when it comes to fundamentals, when it comes to pumps, and they're all Shibas. So I think this is honestly kind of coded, and this is the reason why I'm bullish and I grabbed some, and I think we can do pretty well on this one. It's also part of the BONK meta, which is the main meta right now, so this is why I'm bullish. Then we have GIB. GIB is very interesting because it's also part of the BONK meta. All these BONK meta coins, look at the GIB chart, okay? I think we can do something similar on Chio, where we just do some type of like U-shaped type recovery all the way to like 2 to 3 mil, maybe then correct. Look at GIB, U-type shape recovery. It's finding resistance now here at 6 million. I missed GIB, but this is also very good BONK meta coin. Don't buy it here, okay? It's at resistance. It has 2 resistances. Let me explain. The blue line here, we had this wick on the 22nd of May, and then we had some support here. Then we have this wick again and some resistance right at the 29th and 28th of May. By the way, these wicks, I drew them on the daily. So this is in the 4 hours, so it doesn't look like it matches too much, but on the daily it does. And the higher the candles in terms of timing, the better your charts are going to look. So you should always chart in the highest possible candle, always, okay? Because it's going to give you a better outlook. And then you can zoom in on lower time frame candles. Then we have also this week of support. We have this resistance. We have all the support all throughout the beginning of June. Then we have more resistance here. We have more resistance here. We have more resistance here. So these 2 blue lines are very important. I think 3.7 is the key place, is the key line. And I drew this rectangle. This is where I'm going to leave my limit orders on Padre, okay? Just to enter. I'm going to go on Padre and drag them there. Oh, and by the way, if you're on Padre and you want to know, is the coin I want to buy a BONK coin? Is the coin I want to buy a pump.fun coin? A Launchpad coin? All you have to do is, for example, let's look at Chio here on Padre. You scroll here. Look, let's BONK.fun. You click on it and it sends you to the main page. All the coins on Padre are identifiable at their source. You just have to scroll here and it will tell you where it comes from, what part of the meta it is. And right now you definitely only want to trade BONK fun coins. Continuing with another BONK fun coin, which is GIB. I want an entry on GIB. It's probably going to be their like main frog coin. There's also this resistance, this trend line resistance. Look, resistance here, some resistance here. And we have this trend line which matches the blue resistance with these 2 points of contact. So this is obviously going to correct. I think we're going to come here to 3.7 million. I would accumulate here, even if it goes a little bit deeper to like 3.5, and then it probably continues. So that's why I'm seeing V-shaped style pullback and then recovery. But I do think GIB is going to print new all-time highs. So pay attention to the BONK meta coins, okay? GIB is a very good one. If you look, they have a game. If you look at their website, they have cool stickers on Telegram, very well made. Look at the memes, very well made. I like this one. By the way, none of this is sponsored, guys, okay? We don't do sponsored shit here. They're looking very good. Then we have continuation of Troll. Troll is not a BONK meta coin, so don't expect it to bounce extremely hard out of nowhere, okay? These coins that are not from the BONK meta are struggling a little bit right now, but I still think Troll is bullish. It bounced off resistance, came back to resistance, bounced again off resistance, and worst case scenario, it comes back to something like 11 million market cap, I think, worst case scenario, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it might bounce off of this resistance 15 million market cap line and then continue, maybe just do a little bit of sideways and continue to tilt upward, but I think Troll is a banger meme. I don't think it's gonna die. Then we have Jail, another small market cap from the BONK meta coin. Very good looking chart, by the way. It's just a full parabola to me. I think it has topped. It went to 5 million market cap. Usually coins tend to top at 5 mil, 10 mil, 20 mil. This one topped very close to 5 mil. I think close to this resistance turned into support here. This 1.24 million market cap line is very important. I drew the square. This is where I want to accumulate on Padre. Link down below in the description. Join Padre. Click on the memes you want. Copy, paste, go there. Click on market, buy the dip. Zoom out. Oh, I want to buy the dip, but I don't know if I'm going to be awake. I don't know what's going to happen when the time to buy is there, if I'm going to be there or not. Just drag it, leave it there. I want to buy on a 70% dip. I want to buy on a minus 67% dip. I want to buy one soul. I want to have an exit strategy in case this thing goes down another 35%. I want to sell. So you have sell orders there. You have stop losses. These other platforms don't have stop losses. And then you have also take profits. Oh, if it pumps another 200% after I buy, I want to sell 70%. I want to sell 50%. This is what makes Padre better than the others. Okay, it's the exit strategy, the taking profits, the stop losses, everything. You also have, by the way, if you go on sell, you have trailing stop losses. Do the other platforms have trailing stop losses? Nope. This is why you need to sign in. Also, if you want to join my private group, sign in with Padre. If you signed in with other links, don't worry, you'll be able to get in, but I think Padre is the best right now. So Jail looks good. This is the entry. Then we have Kitty. Kitty, look, round tripped, a lot of money on Kitty as well, okay? If you're pissed, I'm also pissed. I'm not gonna sell here. Why am I not gonna sell here? Very simple. This is the bottom. It bounced off the bottom quite well until 5.71. This is where we have the fib line support. If it breaks back to like 2.8, 2.5, I'll just sell and I'll basically make either break even or incur a small loss. But I was up quite a lot here at 10 million market cap. The reason why Kitty dumped is because of BONK. Kitty is a pump swap coin and And I think all the pump swamp coins are struggling right now. They're finding major difficulty, and this one is not the exception. And so, am I gonna sell? No, I'm not gonna sell at the lows. Do I think it's gonna pump? Yeah, I think it's gonna pump. Do I think it's a good meme? Yes. Am I more excited about the BONK meta? I am. Am I putting money only on BONK meta coins? Yes. We had a banger trade already on Hoso. If you look at all the trades from the past 2 weeks, I think Hoso was my biggest one when it comes to size and pumpamentals. And so yeah, I'm excited about BONK meta. That's what excites me right now. That's where all the green candles are. The only thing that matters is green candles. Where are the green candles? BONK meta coin. Very simple. So would I advise you to buy Kitty right now? Honestly, I want you guys to pump my bags, but I think the BONK meta coins are better. That's just the fact. Do I think it's a good buy though? I would say like 50-50 to be completely honest. But I still think 50 odds of it pumping back to all-time highs, which is not too good to be honest. But anyways, this was the show. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys join Padre on my link. I hope you guys are here tomorrow with more alpha, and I hope all the charts I'm talking about pump and we make a ton of money. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.